You know what I'm saying? With on the what you got? 18s on the thing?
Nah, I got a Mercedes.
Wait,
truck.
are you new?
You got a Mercedes truck.
Yeah. I'm driving a Mercedes truck.
Oh, like a Sprinter van?
Mercedes Sprinter van.
I thought you were just okay.
Pop of that up
Yeah,
before.
that's what I thought too.
Nice. All right.
Let's go.
That's what's up.
Well, welcome to 35 episode 3, or welcome back to episode 3. This is a birthday episode. I turn 30 next Sunday, so we finna be just sitting here vibing, talking, kicking it. We hope y'all have a good time with us. We got some interesting topics to talk about. The first one we want to get into is kind of just like what people be thinking about students' health with college sports. So I don't know how much y'all been keeping up with it, but so the Big 10, obviously that's the one that affects us the most. Oh, you just doing that? Huh? You acting like we had a music video.
All right, come on.
Oh, you think we in a music video? Okay, hey,
I didn't think. That's what happened.
I'm gonna replay that and do like slow motion with like the stuff.
Oh, no. Don't do that to me. I got kids.
Okay. All right. So Big 10 canceled their season. We know college football started this season right off.
Yep.
ACC, SEC. Is the Big 12 going?
I think that it's Pac.
Is
It's
that with Oklahoma and
Pac-12
stuff?
and Big 10 that's not playing for Power 5.
Okay. So they canceled, and then on sports radio yesterday I heard that Big 10 is going to go back and retract, probably, is going to revote,
right? Yeah.
but so will probably retract on their original statement by canceling. So I don't know. For me, I mean, I get it. Is it good? I would say no, but obviously I'm about health before anything else. But I do understand money. Money is a huge thing because we think about schools who may not be good at sports, so their financial situation might not be the best, but they still need the sports to be able to bring in that dough.
Yeah, have you ever looked at like the like those Power 5 teams and like their sports revenue year to year?
Oh, it's crazy.
Like, it's ridiculous what football brings in for schools.
Yeah.
I can tell you, 2011, just off of ticket sales, UW brought in $155 million. That wasn't including boosters. That wasn't including what they got from the conference channel or anything like that.
Revenue or anything like
Yeah.
that. Television deals.
That TV money?
Yeah, that wasn't including that. That was just off of ticket sales and everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
like Alabama brings in close to $1 billion from football.
easily.
Has to be.
Well, they're in the national championship every year too.
Yeah, but they're also in
Really?
Alabama, where football is your soul.
Right, you got booger. You got booger. I was like, no.
But still $1 billion?
I mean, yeah, huge numbers. But but you have to also think about the surrounding parts.
Oh no, I understand that.
But
But
y'all
like,
totally right,
for-
because if they were in the national championship, they would not be pulling $1 billion. But obviously more of that is ad and revenue money and stuff like that. But I wonder how much those ticket sales are. Like, what's the price of them? Like, what is it to be on Alabama's season holder list?
It all depends, right? There's suites that you got to take account of, and then there's like kind of like NBA games where the closer you get, the more expensive it is, right? Now, in Alabama's case, no one really goes to the games because they win every game, right? That's something that's been known.
They leave
Right.
early.
They don't go. Oh yeah, they leave. early.
They leave
Unless
early.
it's the Iron Bowl or...
Yeah, unless they're in the bowl.
But they
game.
still pulling that money.
Right. Well, because boosters.
I feel like
and stuff,
a lot
right?
of that is booster and ad revenue.
Booster and that, but right. No one really cares until they're traveling, but they can travel. The reason why they bring in all that money too is because they can travel well. All the good bowl games and stuff are played down south.
Yeah.
So I guess we got to look at specific teams when you're talking about this, but yeah, football is like your biggest sport at your college. Yeah, that's a big dent. And
Unless you're a blue blood basketball team.
right.
Which obviously that's not everyone.
Yeah. But to go back to your original question about sports.
Like, how do you feel about Big 10 kind of retracting their statement. Basically, that they're saying they're going to give a revote.
At the beginning, I was like, no, they shouldn't play because we don't know anything about COVID. The more I thought about it, the more I realized I was like, in those 4 years, I was the healthiest I think I've ever been in my entire life. I ate the best during that time. I had on call. I didn't have on call, but I had on call specialists, medical people. I had everything I needed, right? So like, if we're talking about keeping players safe, I was the safest and healthiest while I was playing football.
You also didn't face COVID.
But
But you have to understand
but-
also
so
too
that's
in
what
a
I'm saying.
football program how isolated you are
Yes.
and how easy it is to keep those players separate from
The rest of the population.
Yeah, I hate the term gen pop because that should be
But it is.
It is
prisons and
So
Yeah, they're illegal
Jails,
on
but-
in our
yeah.
campus.
So that's what I'm saying. The issue that you run into is just schoolwork, right? Going to classes, make sure that they have all classwork. To me personally, I was able to do I did everything at the stadium except sleep. And I probably could have slept there.
Okay, so the measurements are set where that could be a possibility, right?
Yeah.
But one, we know that some schools are letting students in to watch games, some students are not.
Yeah.
Right. So there's that's a major question within this.
I think that across the NCAA should be a standard that there's either a percentage of fans that can be there or there's no fans at all.
But ultimately, it really doesn't matter because I'm never going to interact with the fans. Like, the way that I got into before games, I never interacted with fans.
Sure.
There's if you wanted to keep me, if UW wanted to keep me isolated for 4.5 years, it wouldn't be hard.
Yeah, but you do
Okay,
have schools that
they-
do the walk to the stadium where there's
Exactly.
fans there and
Just a lot of them want to be there.
And also, when we get into science, and then there is an idea or potential risk of COVID being traveled through air. So whether if you could be 100 feet away from them, but if they're surrounded all around you, that's a huge risk. And another thing, the safety measures might be set where like you get on a bus, you get on your own plane, you're not sharing space with anybody.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we're talking about 17, 18 to 21, 22-year-old kids on a college campus, right? And whether if they're an athlete and they're supposed to be looked up to as supposed to be like an adult, yeah, great. But do they actually follow that protocol? How many of them are actually still like?
I would say you have 95% that follow protocol.
You really think 95% of the students
Yes.
are following protocol?
100%.
students.
No, student athletes.
Student
Yes,
athletes?
yes,
Yeah.
100%. Because here's my thing,
wanna
right?
play.
Here's my thing, right? Football, right? You're traveling, and what Big 10 originally proposed is just playing Big 10 games. So I'm going to a place where I know they got money to make sure everyone's safe, right? I'm not playing
Western Kentucky.
Western Kentucky, where I have to pay them to play them, right? I'm not doing that because I don't.
Okay.
Right? I'm playing Michigan. I know they got money. I'm playing Michigan State. I know they have money. I'm playing Ohio. I know they have money. I'm playing Minnesota. I know they have money.
The Ohio State. Show some respect.
Okay. So I'm playing all these teams that I know have money. So they're gonna do whatever they have to do to make sure that it's up to standard. Now you're talking about.
I think you're missing my point.
Are you asking me how are you supposed to trust the athletes?
How are you supposed to trust the athletes that are hanging out in their dorms and that they're not going to invite any friends to come hang out or have little hoopty who
Before the game, UW.
That was a very old Negro statement, but hey.
Before the games, UW bought out like 100 rooms at the Best Western down the street, and players stayed there.
Okay.
So if we're talking about isolating they can find a hotel. There's ways to do these things.
That's not, I'm just talking about within your own college campus. That's it right there. Like before you even get on a bus and then get on a plane, I'm talking about the students who are going to be in their dorms doing that thing. You said yes, students value their sport.
No,
Basketball,
you
football,
take the
whatever.
athletes out of the dorms. That's all you got to do.
That's not stopping them from still doing what they want to do.
You're still sorry. I'm assuming you have to get tested as soon as you walk in the building. You can't come to the building without getting tested anyway.
Yeah. So a big part of it, all that was happening is at the start of this was the limited amount and availability of tests. Now it's quite available.
Yeah.
And the results are quick.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not waiting a week for results, so they're testing
if you have money,
kids very often, and that's just one check to keep them accountable.
Prime example. Not to cut you off. Prime example. There was a big party in Hamptons like a month ago. Bunch of rich people, and they were testing COVID. They were testing for COVID. They were turning out. They were turning out results in like an hour. Okay. If you have money, you can get those tests.
I mean, we know that, yeah.
So that's what the colleges would do.
So you're pro Big 10 starting football.
I'm pro athletes playing sports because I know the money and the things that they have access to.
You got to think about too, the seniors that are on the draft bubble that would be graduating in spring, done all their classes, getting a degree, worked hard, and they're like could be drafted, could come in undrafted, could make a practice squad. These people that have committed 4 to 5 years of playing football,
I feel sympathy for them, absolutely.
And now their final season is in jeopardy. Like, of course these kids want to play. Of course these kids are going to do everything that they can to ensure that they are able to play health-wise. Right. Like, all student athletes from the start of student athletics have been faced with doing what they can to be eligible academically, and now there's a pandemic that's throwing another wrench into their eligibility of playing football and hopefully getting an opportunity to do something beyond college football.
Yeah. And I'm with all that.
They're going to want to play.
Yeah. I know that they want to play. So I would want to play if I was in the same situation. But we're talking about a matter of safety. Like, this is not a joke anymore.
No. I'm telling you, and I'm confident in everything I'm telling you. They have the money, they have the facilities, and they have everything they need to make sure these kids are safe. I'm telling you that from someone who's been through the process. Like, fam, it's a joke, but I ate a fucking spicy Dorito, right? And at 2:30 in the morning, 2:30 in the morning, I had a burning sensation. I had a burning sensation in my chest. No, for real, and it was hurting super bad. I called my trainer up. He took me to the emergency room at 2:30 in the morning. Cause
you had a Dorito?
Well, I didn't know it was no. I didn't know it was because of the Dorito though. I just knew that like my heart was, but it was like it wasn't heartburn though. And then he said before I got out the car, I was green.
You're green? Yeah,
he said I turned green. So he thought I was gonna throw up in his car.
You can't have that.
But he came at 2:30 in the morning and took me to the hospital. So you have on-call people that are willing to do that. You have student trainers that will do that. You have medical people that will do that. That will keep you safe. Obviously, if something happens, if there's a break, if there's a someone gets it, then I mean you have to cancel the game. But that's a risk that everyone has to be.
You got to cancel the game, or do you got to cancel the season?
No, I think you have to cancel the game.
If one person gets it.
Yeah, because you have to assume one person. No. If one person has it, you have to assume that they didn't know that they had it.
Exactly.
And then it spreads, so you have to cancel that game for that week, and then that's two.
That's why with all these quick test turnarounds, you don't need that. You just quarantine that one person.
Yeah, and I guess. So no, they can play.
If there are 3 out of 5 Power 5 conferences playing football right now, there's no reason why the Big 10 and Pac-12 cannot play.
You are the safest.
No. That's kind of a BS statement because if that's a choice, and that's a choice by presidents or leaders of the ads of different conferences, because of what their outlook is on the situation. Because there are 3 of the 5 playing, that does not mean that the others should play because other people are comfortable with it. That's just due to folks being like, oh yeah, we're good with it, so we'll just ride it out until something happens. But is that necessarily safe for the students?
Yeah, I mean, what you do is no. What you do is you give NCAA should give the opportunity for kids who want to opt out for this season to opt out and keep.
We know that's not happening. It's a difference between an NFL person. Yes, it is. Yes,
but this is a pandemic, and if you have a medical issue, right, or you don't feel safe, or you live with something like, for instance, if I had someone that I was living like if I was living at home and someone that I live with had an issue, I would opt out. And because I live with someone that has an issue, NCAA can't.
I highly doubt that.
NCAA is gonna give people their extra year.
I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna give it to y'all just like y'all told me. Is we're talking about a student's livelihood of potentially making it to the NFL, making it to the NBA, whatever, right?
Yes.
Any professional sport.
Yeah.
You're telling me that if a student really was not comfortable and had the option of opting out, they would opt out?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I don't believe it.
Yes.
This is what I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you why. Hold on, let me finish.
Okay.
Just because I just compared it to professional sports. In the professional sports world, it's already kind of like a nick on yourself to say like, oh, you're not gonna play because of COVID, whatever. But those players can do it because they have money, right? They have the funds to be able to back themselves up. So if I want to come back next season and Mike McCarthy, you tell me you don't want me to, I can't play for your team anymore because I decided not to play. Okay, anyway, well, I'm probably going to end up getting on another team. It might be a little bit, but I have the funds to support me. You're telling a student who has no money, who or most likely probably has no money.
If you're on scholarship, you have a scholarship check, and you get.
And you don't think they're going to reallocate that stuff around?
No.
Okay.
No. Here's the thing: every year you have to sign for your scholarship. Scholarship is like it's like a yearly lease. Once you sign that, you're good for that entire year. So that money is coming.
Sign this document.
I think student athlete scholarship
back up out of this playing for the season,
absolutely,
and that scholarship is going to cover it.
Yes.
And you don't think there's going to be any recall on that?
It's no different. It's no different than a kid getting hurt his senior season and then getting a medical.
Totally
No, it's not. No.
Playing the sport.
Listen. It's no different than a kid getting hurt.
Yep.
Can't play for the rest of the season. Yeah. And then getting a 6th year.
It's a medical red shirt.
It's a medical red shirt. It's no different.
Right. That's giving. Hold on. Let's think about it. Let's think about it from a coach's standpoint. If it's already presented like that with their lawyers and a whole nine saying that we will use this as a medical red shirt, so that like this is kind of like that option, right?
Yeah.
Outside of that, if you're a coach and a player comes to you and says, "Hey, coach, I don't feel comfortable. I'm not playing this season or whatever." Great player, mediocre player, terrible player.
I'm saying yes because
you think that coach will protect them going to the AD.
He's going to save my season, and we're going to be great.
Class action
yes, or then we're going to be great the following year.
Yeah, it's not.
If Russell Wilson comes to me and says, "Hey, I can't play because I have a kid on the way. My wife is pregnant and I can't play," cool, and he opts out that year. Yes, I'm okay with it. Why? Because
he's an all-star player.
You just said.
I did say that. You're right. I did.
That's what I'm saying. But here's the thing though. People who are opting out, like they're going to get that money's still going to go for that year. I'm telling you that. As someone who didn't play, but someone who was physically unable to play for a couple years, for 2 years over 4.5 years, I got hurt a week before spring ball. And I still got scholarship checks. When I was done playing, when I decided to stop playing, I still got scholarship checks. I didn't have to stop. I chose to stop. I chose to stop playing, and I still got scholarship checks until I graduated.
I feel that.
I got scholarship checks for an entire year.
I just feel, you guys say it's not a different situation, but as somebody who like, as y'all are really good athletes, and I was not, I lived a different situation. Right. And that situation was that I didn't get the pass because maybe I wasn't athletic enough, or maybe I was just too soft in the coach's eyes, that I wouldn't get the protection that y'all get, and that's where I'm having this conversation.
I never played.
Okay.
I had potential. I never played, and I'm telling you that.
Let me finish my thought.
Okay.
My thought is you were able to have a protection blanket, whether if you played or not, because you got injured and that was visible.
Right.
Versus me making a decision saying that I just don't feel comfortable with the situation. My intellect versus my physical well-being. How does that look like to a coach? And are they and is the AD going to protect me because of my thoughts and my feelings versus me being phically in pain?
Ooh, told you.
No, they're not gonna give a shit.
No.
Yeah. They're not gonna give a shit. When it comes to that mental shit, they're not gonna give a shit. But also, we're in uncharted territory. We're dealing with a global pandemic, the likes of which we haven't seen in our lifetime, which changes the whole the whole dynamic. Yeah, if everything was 1-to-1 and we weren't going through what we're going through as a globe, then no, they probably wouldn't care. There's a lot of, but also rules have changed and protocols have changed. You're able to enter a transfer pool as a student if you're not happy at the university that you're at, if you're a student athlete. Yeah. There are a lot of privileges that come with being a student athlete, but there are also a lot of restrictions that come with being a student athlete. Like, as a general population, as just a general student, you can leave and go as you choose. You can live and do what you want. You're to a class schedule, and that's about it. As a student athlete, you're working a full-time job as well as being a full-time student.
Job starts at 5 a.m. doesn't end until 10 p.m. at night.
You're also under the restrictions of the NCAA as well as your individual university, as well as whatever guidelines your team or position coach may put under you. So, like, yeah, there's a lot of privilege that comes with being a student athlete, but there's also a lot of things that general students would not want to put up with.
Right.
Class checks for one of them. You're a general student, you don't want to go to check, that's fine. You have no one to hold you accountable for not going to a class on a Wednesday at 8 a.m.
I had class checks for 4.5 years.
But as a student athlete, you'll have a general assistant there at the door making sure all of the football players that are supposed to be in this class are in that class.
Yeah.
And with that being said, when it comes to an AD or a coach taking mental health into account as physical health, no, they don't really care. Now, who knows? But that's not really the issue at hand. That's not keeping anyone from playing football.
Because it's messing up their investment.
It really depends on who the player is, though.
Yeah, but
also, what I'm saying is, yeah, no, as a general student, yes, trust me, I know. There are days where you need, not you in the royal sense, need to just sit down and not deal with things.
Yeah.
I fully understand that. But that's not an excuse to not get the things done that you need to get done. Because I lived in a world where it was, for a long time, where it was an excuse to not get things done. And that hindered myself greatly.
100%.
There are things that you still need to get done as an individual, whether you're an athlete, a student, or just a person in the workforce. You need to get those things.
You gotta get the work done regardless.
And I think the argument there between a student going through mental health or physical health issues as opposed to a student athlete is that, yeah, the student athlete has a lot more resources, but the regular student has a lot more freedom. And mind you, the student athlete does have those coaches and athletic directors to answer to, but at the end of the day, they have to sell tickets.
Yeah.
They have to get people in the stands. They have to sell ad deals and television deals, and if your people aren't playing, you have to walk that line between getting your best people on the field and putting out the best product, and also taking care of the people that put out the best product.
Yeah.
Whereas you're a student, you gotta look out for yourself first and foremost.
Yeah.
And that's all you have, because to you at these major universities, you're a number. I mean, when you're in a lecture hall with 300 other people, you're nothing but a sheet of paper and a grade that reflects how the teacher is performing.
Yeah.
Which, in that sense, isn't fair, but I mean, it comes with both good and bad, as most things do in life.
So the answer is So yes, they can play because they have things. They have access to things that regular students don't have access to. There's ways to keep them safe. Yes.
I think they should be playing. At the end of the day, they should be playing.
Yeah.
And this is from outside of both of y'all collegiate athlete ideas. Like, are you separating those biases?
Yeah, because if I was in college right now, I wouldn't want to play. But
Yeah, I'm trying to preserve it here.
I was a scout team player. I was on the practice squad, more or less.
Yeah, I would try to preserve a year
Also
because
unpaid
that means I can get my master's paid. Well, I can give all the secrets away. Yes, I'll try to preserve a year.
Yeah.
So
Thank you, gentlemen, again for your time.
Hey, happy birthday, cuz.
Hey, thank you, cuz.
one time.
Hey, yo, 30, cuz.
Hey, 30.
Hey.
30 blood, cuz.
Hey, 30, blood, cuz. I hope you see
Hey.
40, blood, cuz.
Hey, okay. Hey, when this release, it might be actually before my birthday. My birthday is actually September 20th. But we're doing a nice little celebration as our brother will be traveling next week. So we won't be recording a podcast after this as of right now. But it's been dope. Hey, everybody that's been listening, watching. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. It's been dope. It's been a small amount of views. We have a small amount of followers, but I love the fact that people have texted me and did the whole thing. Jesus Christ, did the whole thing with hollering at us and saying that they've been enjoying it and they want to hear us. So please keep following. Invite your friends. Invite your family. It's been dope to create the family. Again, we're on Spotify. No, we're not on Spotify. I lied.
Not yet. SoundCloud.
We are on SoundCloud.
YouTube.
We're on YouTube. Instagram.
Soon we'll be on Apple and Spotify.
Soon. So yeah, keep an eye out on that. But yeah, make sure you hit that follow, that subscribe, that like, that comment, do all that stuff for us because we appreciate you. We love you. Y'all got anything else, Joe?
I just want to say big blessings and appreciation to all. And I wish you the best.
You got nothing for us to Swahili?
No, but I got some Arabic.
Oh, give us some Arabic.
Inshallah. BT. That means God willing.
Okay, you're done.
God willing, my girl.
Keys, you got anything for us, big dog?
Nah, man. Just stay safe. Be visual. Be safe. It's a crazy world right now.
Mask up.
Mask up. Go vote. Make sure you vote. And that's it.
Don't look at me like that.
That's it.
All right, y'all. One love. Peace out.
35.